Well, not the record they were hoping for, but the State Fair of Texas did pretty well this week, all things considered.
Yeah, no doubt. Despite a rainy first weekend and the loss of its icon, the fair still brought in big bucks. Fairgoers spent $36.6 million on food and rides this year. It's not quite the all-time high reached in 2010 that set a record of $37.3 million, but it's $2 million more than the fair made last year. Despite that, Big Tex burning and passengers stranded on the Stratosphere ride have left fair leaders with some problems to solve. NBC5's Ken Kaltoff is live with that story. Ken.
Well, Deanna, the fair people tell us that safety is always their highest priority, but there were those two safety problems Friday with Big Tex and the Stratosphere ride right there, and it leaves some big questions to answer as they clean up this fair. It takes a month to knock down and clear the State Fair of Texas and return the place to Dallas Fair Park. But the Stratosphere ride is still in place as officials investigate what went wrong.
We expected during setup, tear down, and while it's running. I mean, we look over them with a fine-tooth comb. Friday night, riders were stranded for 2 hours.
I was just scared it was going to drop. That was my concern. Because I've watched too many movies, I guess.
Officials say the ride safety features worked exactly as they should because the brakes worked, but they were cautious about removing the passengers.
Our goal is to get everybody down safely, and that's exactly what happened.
They've certainly changed for the better. I think there's still a lot of hazard out there.
Partly due to his lawsuit over a 1983 accident that killed a rider, attorney Frank Branson says the fair added many safety features, but still found 2012 riders worried.
It happened the same day Big Tex burned down. Something wasn't mechanically working out there that day.
They are still deciding whether the metal frame of old Big Tex can be used for his replacement, but the fair says the new one will have better mechanics and be back by next year.
At this point, people are saying we want Big Tex back. We want the same Big Tex back. There may be softer features. We have worked on him over the years.
Some of that money that they raised from this year's fair will go toward opening summer adventures in Fair Park next May, and this tower ride will be one of the things that they have finished by then to add to the things that are here in Fair Park. That summer adventure will feature a smaller midway, but none of the animals the regular fair has. Deanna?
Well, Ken, we've learned that that Stratosphere ride had some problems in other states before it came here. So what have you learned about that?
Well, indeed, they tell us that there were some problems with this ride in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and the fair says that they sent an inspector up there to check those problems out to make sure that they had been solved and that those problems were solved, but something similar went wrong to cause a somewhat similar problem. The fair official that we spoke to says, though, that the ride did work as it was supposed to because the brakes worked. There was never a safety problem for the passengers. It just spoiled the ride, and they did get down safely. But he insists that the ride's safety features worked as they were supposed to, stopping them from any injuries.
Ken Kaltoff in Dallas, thank you so much.